Hi everyone, welcome back to Wonder Winners and Witchcraft. Long time no see, you guys. I think in the last video you didn't actually get to see me in physical. You could hear my voice. It's a bit of a voiceover video, something that I don't do all that often, but I thought that I would actually just come on and check in and say hello. So hello. I just wanted to give you guys, I'm not sure if anybody is actually in the chat, I should get that up. Elder is hello, my dear friend. If you hang around, I'm going to message you in a brief moment. But basically, you guys who are watching, anyone who's here live besides Elder from Earthly Alchemy, I just thought I'd come on just very quickly and just kind of give you just a very brief kind of update as to what's been happening in my life, and then perhaps after I do this little bit of an update, I will jump on again to talk about some actual proper witchy stuff. So Elder, if you are free and available, you're more than welcome to jump on with me in the next live that I will be doing after this one. So if you're free, let me know, and I'm more than happy to send you a link, because we haven't caught up in ages. I feel like, you know, the last maybe 2 months for me have been really pivotal months for me, really turbulent months for me, and I feel, you know, I've had definitely a disconnect between not only YouTube but a disconnect in my craft, which I think is something that I will make another video on, if not touch on in the next video that I upload, or the next live that we do. So you know, I've definitely had a little bit of a disconnect with not only YouTube but Facebook and Instagram. You know, I'm there. You know, I'm flicking through every day and, you know, chatting to who I can, and you know, but I feel like the last 2 months have really been just crazy, and it's quite. It doesn't surprise me, because, you know, as we come into the winter, that's when things, you know, start to kind of naturally die off. That's when things naturally start to slow down. And then at that turning point, you know, and it probably would have been that turning point of, you know, the winter solstice here in Australia, that things started to kind of pick right back up again. So it's been a really kind of a full-on last kind of two months, and, you know, it's currently the 31st of August. So it's our official first day of spring, although we have had some beautiful spring days so far. And, you know, all of my bulbs have started to bloom, my daffodils and jonquils. I'm still waiting for the bluebells, but, you know, I'm sure they're on their way. The bluebells generally take a little bit longer. But, you know, the jonquils and the daffodils have definitely come out. And so have the camellias. The camellias are in full bloom at the minute. They've been in bloom for a little while, but the camellias are definitely in full bloom. Anyway, so you guys, if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, will know that the last few months, I've really been on the tail end of my university studies, and I'm glad to say that I finally have finished my diploma, and got all of my assessments and everything finished and uploaded and done and submitted and all of that finally. Look, I'll be honest, I did cut it very fine, with, you know, 24 hours I think in the end, before actually uploading them all. I think actually, maybe from memory, I think I actually uploaded one on the final day, which is terrible. Anyway, all done, all dusted, completed. I'm literally just waiting for my diploma to be sent out in the mail. So I'm very excited. Thank you. Elder Crow is saying congratulations. So thank you so much. You guys don't know actually how much of a relief, you know, it actually feels for me. As soon as I kind of finished and uploaded it, and then the following week got the email saying that I had passed and everything, just a whole, it just lifted like straight off of my shoulders, like instantaneously. It was just such a huge relief, in that I didn't have to, you know, do it anymore. It seems as though, oh, and of course my laptop's on 5%. If you give me one moment, I'm going to still talk while I jump around and find my charger. But it seems as though towards the end, I really didn't have any of the motivation, and I basically didn't really. I didn't want to do it. I didn't necessarily have the time to do it either. So it was just, it wasn't an enjoyable experience for me in the end. And I really just wanted it to get it done and dusted. Most generally, I love to study. I'm a very studious type person, always have been. But hello, Maharet Lanois. Beautiful name. I love your name. I think I always comment on your name. But yeah, towards the end for me, it wasn't an enjoyable experience. I will be absolutely honest with you. I started going into the qualification. I actually started it to get a job. And, you know, as most of us do when you know, we're straight out of school, and, you know, looking for full-time employment and, you know, in the field that we love and want to go into. And for the, you know, the first 6 months of this diploma, I didn't have the job. But in the last 6 months of the qualification, I did actually get the job before completing the diploma. So I felt as though I'd lost my why, and I'd lost really my motivation to do it, because I actually got the job before I got the qualification. You know, I kind of happened in reverse for me, which is, you know, incredible. And, you know, obviously I was, you know, so grateful for that. But yeah, I really did I lost my mojo, I lost my why, and I really was in the end just doing it just to do it. You know, I wasn't, you know, giving that extra, like I usually would when, you know, doing the assignments and you know, the general content work. So yeah, so that's something, you know, and that's, you know, it's very, very honest, and very truthful and transparent. I lost a lot of it. I lost a lot of the motivation for it in the end, and really didn't enjoy it. So I'm so glad, so glad that I'm finally done, finished, and cannot wait to get that, you know, piece of paper, that very expensive piece of paper, in the mail. I'll probably frame it and put it in a shelf somewhere. I'm not really sure, but yeah, so I am very, very excited for that. So that's, you know, number one. Number two, I've actually recently, around the same time, I believe, around the winter solstice as well, I think I was offered full-time employment at my place of work. I was there on a part-time basis, and I was offered full-time, which is incredible. For those of you who don't know, I am an event coordinator. I've been an event coordinator for the last 6 months, as well as doing other things within the business. And that's what I was studying at university. I was studying event coordination. So I am loving it, absolutely adoring it. the business that I work for do, you know, celebratory events, so functions, birthday parties, christenings, you know, weddings, things like that. So that's what I really love. So I do weddings and the private events. So much fun. Every day's different, and it's really, really great. And it's something, excuse me, that I had wanted to do since my early teenage years. So I'm super duper happy, excuse me, and super duper excited, and so grateful as well. You know, I had been doing workings for this particular job for probably the 6 months leading up to you know, the offering of the full-time contract, and you know, feeding this working and everything. So you know, everything has kind of worked out in the end. You know, whether it's purely because of my working, probably not. I'm the type of person that always believes that you actually have to put in the hard work to get something out. You know, it's no good just doing working and saying great, fantastic, feeding it every once in a while and expecting things to fall in your lap. You know, I'm a strong believer in actually being active as well, in getting what you want. So working very hard, and, you know, having working hard, not only in physical, but working hard spiritually as well to you know, get what I wanted in the end, which is exactly what I'm doing. So super duper happy, super duper excited, super duper tired, but really, really fantastic. House of Tarot as well is going really, really well. Now that I'm starting to get my routine, you know, starting to get myself into a routine with my days off and things like that. It's worked out really well for me in terms of you know, being able to allocate specific times to do my readings, whether they be online or whether they be face to face like this live, or whether they even be in real life, if that makes sense. So, you know, face to face with an actual physical person, like a physical face to face reading, or a live face to face reading, or my email readings as well. If you guys would love you know, a reading from me, you're more than welcome to check out my Etsy shop, where you are able to purchase your reading. It's House of Tarot at Etsy. There's links all over my life. There's links on YouTube, there's links on my Facebook, there's links on my Instagram as well. So definitely check them out. My prices and services are quite reasonable. And I love reading. I love doing that. And I would love to be able to read for you. I had the pleasure of reading for my gorgeous, dear friend, the Ravenflower. She messaged me up and said, oh, you know, would you be able to do a reading? And I'm like, absolutely. We Skyped. Oh, no, we Google Hang. I can't remember if we actually ended up Google Hangouting or I think in the end, I think we just Facebooked, video messaged each other, and did the reading, and it was so much fun. And, you know, I think she got a lot out of her reading, which is all that I want. You know, all I want is for you to take away something when I read for you. So that was really good. It was fantastic to catch up with her, and it was good. It was fantastic. So I think I'm going to leave this this video here. Thank you everyone who's currently watching in the live chat that I can see. At this stage, I am, you know, if you've got any video requests, I've got a few ideas. But if you've got any video requests that you'd like to see, please comment in the comments, obviously below, any particular topics or subjects or video requests that you'd like to see, because, you know, now that I'm getting back into the swing of things, I want to start reconnecting with you guys and start making some videos again. So super duper happy to be back. Super duper happy to be kind of working out my schedule and working out my routine and including you guys in on that. So I'm going to leave this here. Thank you so much, my dear friends. To those who are watching, I am going to jump onto another live, hopefully now with the fabulous Elder Crow from Earthly Alchemy, who I haven't seen in ages. So it's going to be awesome to see his face and his new house, hopefully. So thanks so much for joining me, guys, and I'll catch you all very, very soon. Much love as always, and many blessings.